Alright guys, and in this video we're going to be talking about Python dictionaries, alright? And so when I say the word dictionary, you might probably think of, I'm going through Merriam-Webster's dictionary and, I might search up a word. Let's say the word I search up is Python, right? So we're going to find our word Python, and then we're going to have some sort of definition for Python, alright? And maybe the first definition is probably something like, a large snake um, that eats. All right, maybe that's the first definition. Okay, and you'll find more of these in the dictionary. Right, you might find another word, another definition. All right, and so that is kind of what a Python dictionary is like. Right, we have a key and then we have a value, and in this case, in one of the dictionaries you might pull out at the library, the key is going to be the word and the value is going to be its definition. Okay, and so that kind of leads us into what our formal definition of a dictionary is. A dictionary in Python is a set of keys and values. All right, and so let me kind of show you what I mean. All right, so let's declare our first dictionary. Let's call it student grades. All right, and then we're gonna declare our dictionary by putting these two curly braces right here. And then we're gonna start setting out our keys. All right, so let's say our first key, which is going to be our student's name, is going to be Andrew. Okay, and then we're gonna set a value for Andrew. Andrew's doing pretty good in the class. He has a 90, 95. And let's set up another key. Let's go with Joe. All right, Joe's doing pretty good in the class too. Joe is a 92. And then we're gonna set up another one for Philip. Philip is doing, decent. He has an 85 in the class. And then let's set up one more, which is let's go with a girl name. Let's go with something like Mary. All right. And Mary is also doing very good. She has a 98 in the class. Okay, so this is our dictionary of student grade. Okay, and now how do we access um, certain values in our student grades? Well, let's actually try printing out all of our student grades first and see what happens. And look at that. It prints out the entire dictionary right here with its keys and corresponding values. All right. But let's say I only wanted to reference Andrew from here. I just wanted to see how good Andrew is doing. Well, we can set up a variable called Andrew, and we can reference it like this. All right, we can say we want to take Andrew out of here, okay? And then we want to just print out Andrew's grade, okay? And then let's run it. And then it shows a 95, right? Andrew's doing pretty well. So we can reference grades like this, but what if Andrew suddenly leaves the class, okay? What if we just delete Andrew from here? What is going to happen? It's going to give us back an error, this kind of nasty error right here, because Andrew does not exist anymore. All right, that's why this is highlighted red a little bit. Andrew doesn't exist. All right, and ideally, as a Python programmer, we don't want our programs to crash. All right, so that gives us a bad user experience. All right, so what we want to do is say, instead of referencing it like this, let me comment this out. We want to do student grades dot get instead, and then we want to say Andrew. We know Andrew doesn't exist, but we're just gonna do it for this purpose right now. Andrew, and then it's gonna give us back none. All right. So although it gives us back none, at least our program did not crash. So our user is not left thinking like what just happened to the program. All right. So this right here is a really neat way to reference um, our keys in our dictionary, all right, without crashing the program. All right, but what if we wanted to update the program, all right, and let's say Andrew suddenly came back to the class, okay? We don't want to manually go back in here, right? Because that's bad code. We can mess something up. All right, so what we want to do is say student grades dot update, right? And then we want to update with an Andrew value again. So Andrew comes back and he starts fresh, so he has a 100 in the class, okay? And let's see what happens. And look at that, it prints out 100, all right? So we successfully updated our dictionary with this dot update function, all right? And we have to do our curly braces just so we let the program know, hey, we're updating the code, and we can update more, right? Let's say a new student comes in, his name is Henry, and then Henry also starts fresh. Actually, let's say Henry has a 90 in the class, okay? And then we can reference Henry like this. Henry is equal to student grade. You want to say this dot get, so there are no problems that arise. And then we say Henry. Okay? And so here we are, we just reference Henry, and Henry has a 90 right here. Alright? And there's one more thing I want to show you, and it's the dot delete. Alright? So now Henry, Henry's dropped out of the class. So we're just gonna say student grades dot delete, alright? Well, it's actually just dot del, and then, or delete item. And then we can just say we want to delete Henry from our dictionary. And then, so let's see what happens. Oh, not tools. It's going to say none, right? Because we just deleted Henry, all right? So that's how we update, that's how we delete, and that's how we take items out of our dictionary, all right? And so, you can go explore, you can read the documentation actually on how dictionary works. This is just a very basic example of, dictionaries with Python, all right? But I really encourage you to, start reading and experiment with yourself. All right, and I'll see you guys in the next video.